Right, back playing some chess again. Yeah, I haven't played any chess for a long time, but we're going to give Title Tuesday a bit of a rock and roll. Take the mind away into the realms of blitz chess, and we're in with the first game. So let's start off with some d4 and a bit of Trompowsky for this one. And the main move's to take on f6 here and play this little move. And yeah, I'll cover this in the Ginger GM DVD download. And this is quite a good setup that my opponent's playing here. Maybe I should have gone c4. Of course, we've got to throw old Harry up the board. And now maybe h5 is a good move, because if I get this one in, I might start getting a little bit of an attack on the h file against my opponent's king here. If I can somehow get the queen over as well to the h file, it could start to look dangerous. I'll castle queenside and we'll pile up over there. Yeah, my blitz chess has been terrible recently. We go through these little stages, don't we? And it's been nice to get back into it a little bit. And who's my opponent? Well, he's a FIDE master from Brazil. And as always, this is very strong. The Title Tuesday event, loads of good players, and I think my opponent now, he's taking his time, right? Because he realizes that this move is a little bit dangerous for him. I mean, I'll probably just take here, see what he plays. Okay, so he's taking this way, which keeps his king a little bit safer, but I still have this open h file. I'm now going to just get the rest of my pieces into the game. And my opponent's also moving his pieces to good squares, so maybe it's not that great for me. But let's get them all over, and I want to try to get this one at some point there, but we can finish our development as we're going to do now by castling. In quite an interesting position. Maybe I'm not even better here, but I guess I have more chances to attack just because of the open file. But how are we going to do that? I'd love to open up this file. This knight's a very good defender as well. This seems logical, mainly because it makes way for another piece to come in. Maybe to e5 or to g5. So let's do that. I'm not sure putting the rook there was the best square, as my knight could come in with tempo now. And I'm just trying to throw all the right pieces over to the right area of the board. Okay, well, I don't want to allow any counterplay. This would certainly force me to do something there. And now, where does this knight go? Is there and just taking there good? I'm also got this and this one, but this looks simple. Just trying to... I think he has to give up the exchange now, because he can't allow knight takes pawn. How does he stop that, though? Because he moves his bishop. This looks so strong, right? And now we're really breaking through. But we're also making the g6 pawn very weak. So those knights are working incredibly well together there on that side of the board. And he hasn't really managed to get any counterplay. So, okay, he decides to throw in the towel in a pretty hopeless situation there. Yeah, I don't think he can do anything there. So, yeah, so that was a smooth little start for a change. And let's have a little look at the game. And we'll put it on full screen if we can. If we remember how to do that. How do we do that? No, have I done? Okay. We'll put it. Come on, where are you? Full screen. Am I going to have to? Okay, well, what do you reckon I've got game review? I think it'll be quite decent, that one. I have to do a little bit of editing here when we do it. Okay, there you go. Not too shabby there. And I'm just going to get rid of some of this, do a little bit of editing, and yeah, I don't think my position, I mean, I don't think I was that much better, but he made a couple of mistakes, didn't he, that allowed me to take control. And we can have a little look. So at the opening, Now g6, it says bishop d3 is a mistake, but it's not a major mistake. Maybe c4 is a better move here. And I think he's played alright, but I think my opponent's big mistake, which the computer doesn't seem to pick up on, is in this position. This is very dangerous when I get this ready-made attack. In this kind of position, the computers don't always appreciate how strong the attack can be. And it's maybe h5 is, as it does give us the third possibility, a much more natural move, because at least it holds up my attack. And then I can either try to play g4 later on, or I can try to sacrifice my knight on h5. So I've still got some aggressive ideas. And if we go forwards, the computer doesn't necessarily like queen f3, but this is such a natural move to bring that one over there. And here my opponent went a little bit wrong. He just, I mean, it's a very tricky position actually now for my opponent, because he can't find any good counterplay here. It's very, very hard to find ways to create any problems, and I can just increase the pressure. And this was probably the final mistake, because now my knights just dominate. Stop any counterplay here. You've got to always do that, even when you're attacking. And we just float the babies in. And here I think he had to give up the rook, but it's too much, isn't it? I'm going to beat the exchange up, and he resigned in the final position. I think understandably, because things are just opening up a little bit too much. Okay, so we'll go back. Hope the next game has started. Let's have a look who's playing. So the same old amazing players, I feel. 529 players, and well, you know, I think this guy's playing in London at the moment. And there you go, Faruja. You know all the names. There's so many great players who are involved, and Hikaru, of course. It's amazing how he wins so many of these, isn't it? I just, you know, it really is incredible how he does it time and time again. Hikaru, you know, winning one title Tuesday is hard, but winning like it time and time again, it's just phenomenal. He's going to be, for the candidates, you know, it'd be great if he does, I think, qualify, because he's going to add so much excitement, you know, to anything with his big following, and he's playing such good chess as well at the moment that, you know, it'll be very good for chess to see him doing well. Now we'll just have a little look at Daniel Naroditsky, and it looks like he's going to win this one eventually. Oh, that was a useful check. He's picked up a pawn. So quick is Daniel, and I think this rook will come round. Well, he's got these two central pawns, but I thought the rook could reroute, but he wins on time anyway, which is also something he does on a regular basis. So who else can we look at while we wait for the next game? Okay, Dmitry Adriakin, obviously a very quality player, and he's got the black pieces here. This is quite interesting. I imagine that he's doing well, because the king can try to come in and his pawns are now storming through, but that wasn't so clear. It's a very tricky position to defend, and of course now the rest is easy. So looked like a nice game there from Dmitry. And who's this guy? We've got an English player. Is that English? Who is this? Let's have a look if we can find out. Brett Sinclair. Well, it's got the British flag, so it could be Wales or Scotland, but I've never heard of Brett Sinclair, but I haven't played enough chess recently, so not really a major surprise. It looks like Brett is going to come through against a strong player there. And there we go. Other standings, well, all the top guys there, unsurprisingly, dominating the top. You got Aronian playing. Who's going to win it this time then? Well, I mean, you can't bet against Hikaru. Has Daniel ever won it? I'd love to see Daniel win it. You've got Hans. Okay, Hans is back playing. That could be interesting. So Hans and Eamon are playing in the London Chess Classic at this moment in time. But yeah, I mean, Hans is a fantastic player as well. And any more games going on? Well, there are I mean, that's a draw there. I think that's the thing with Tile Tuesday. You have to wait around quite a lot for the next game, don't you? You just want to get on with it. Get the 11 games done. Keep the roll going. What score are we going to get? Like I say, I'm okay. Well, I haven't been playing great, but I'll be happy to take 10 out of 11. That I might be satisfied, something like that. So, and we're going to stick to our normal Dutch here. So let's. Oh, he hasn't it. We've gone into a French defence. Okay. And we've got the advanced French. And this is one of the trendy lines that White is now playing, where he allows this sacrifice here. Now, I always played this move, but this is really risky. I play this move because it gets quite exciting with me castling this way, but I don't really believe it. As in, I feel that White is probably doing well and has the better attack. It's opposite side castling. Very interesting way to play. And this is also a very good way to play the position with the knight flying into b5. This is something I've struggled with before. And I think it's the computer's recommendation. Just getting the knight to this square. So he knows what he's doing, which is always annoying. And after here, a6, I've always got to watch out for the knight coming here anyway. Because if I take... open up the A file. And my counterplay seems a little bit slow. Should I have played c4 and even just eliminated that knight? I don't know. It looks a bit funny. Maybe I should play c4 anyway. And if the knight comes in, do we get rid of it? And then he gets this big A file. Okay, I'm going to play this move. I'm not sure about this. But I want to at least try to get some pressure here. Now, I could also play this square, but I think I'm going to get rid of that knight. It scares me, and this position is a little bit, it's a little bit scary, right? With the queen coming here and him swapping off that bishop. So not entirely comfortable, but maybe I can get enough counterplay. So he's doing the right thing. I think I have to give this some protection here, right? Move my king. And queen a4 is now, don't know. Well, like I say, it's scary, right? It's a scary position. Queen a4. What do I play? So he's gone for a more positional approach. I think I have to get rid of that bishop. Maybe I should have taken it last move. And now I'll be quite happy to get the queens off because it seemed like his attack was a lot stronger. And this position I don't think is as bad because his bishop is not amazing, right? I say that and it's poking its head out here. So probably still a little bit worse, but at least I'm not getting checkmated. I'd love to close this bishop down now. H5 and there. And he's obviously going to come in on the A file. But I've got king c7 and this pawn is weak. So can I not take this pawn now? Let's do this. It's only a check. And I don't think this is the right plan from my opponent, because this is a nice pawn, right? And it's only a check. My king is coming towards the middle anyway, right? So king c7, and okay, well we'll start using the knight now. My position is looking pretty fantastic. If I can get a pawn here as well, that seems to stabilize my knight. So let's do that. Let's get the pawn to e4 and shut down that bishop. That bishop is killed off now. Look at my beautiful knight there. So I'm now going to try to use my rooks. So let's try to get this rook in on the open file. Now he can take my knight, but then I'm going to get a connected passed pawn. And this is like, what do you want? You know, you got to deal with a bad knight or not. And I think I can even check here and come to f3. So many nice options, but it's very hard for him to move. He can never break out. His rook is stranded. His bishop is stranded. Now, what is the best way to take? I'm going to stop f3 from being played. And now my king can also try to join in. But I've got ideas like rook c2. But I like the idea of my king coming in, because he can never activate his rook in this position. his rook will need to go there to activate. So he's trying desperately to break out, but this can't work. I've got too many pawns in this position. Okay, so his king's coming out. Then I have a check, so I'm going to try to force his king to go there so I can put my rook on e2. And then queen, basically. Let's get a queen, shall we? Rook e1, d2, and yeah, that's the end of that one, eh? Oh yeah, we're on 2 out of 2. Makes a nice change. It makes a nice change to play a bit of chess, really. So I do play on, well, I play on lead chess a bit now at the moment, just under another name, and you know, keep some sanity. You know, it's important to do so, I feel, in life, and chess has always helped me with that, with sanity. Without it, I'd be definitely totally insane or worse. And yeah, well, I guess we should have a look at that game, shouldn't we, and just see what happens. So yeah, that opening I don't really believe, but you do get interesting positions because you get this opposite side castling. So let's have a little gander at that. Gander. And well, there you go. Not too shabby again. So 96% would take that one as well. Thank you. Yes, we will. Which is, yeah, not bad. And yeah, I mean, like you can see from the thing, I'm probably a little bit worse, but it's an interesting position throughout that. And well, we'll whack it on the analysis. So around here, yeah, my opponent played all the right moves, I feel. Except, well, the computer says a4 is an inaccuracy, but I think it was a good move. And c4 was probably a good move. Maybe I think what my opponent maybe should have done was played c4 at some moment, and then I go d4, because I think it helps me to get this pawn here. This certainly seems to help my situation. And this move, okay, well, it still seems like he's better here, so I don't think it's a major mistake. But I now get rid of my bad bishop. And I was very surprised here when he didn't start going queen a4, even though it's not one of the computer's top choices. So it makes sense, surely, just to put some pressure on my position here. The computer's top choice of going that way just seems really weird. Can't imagine any human putting their queen on the other sides of the board from where they're supposed to be like attacking, right? It just looks too odd. So I bishop d4, and I think around here I'm probably doing all right. And after the queen exchange, I'm actually feeling pretty comfortable. I mean, the computer again says it's pretty even, but my knight has a lot more potential than his bishop. It's not always good to have a bishop. It's not always good. They say in an ending you want to have a bishop that is on the same colour square as your opponent's pawns, but only if you can attack them. The downside of having a bishop on the same colour square as your opponent's pawns is that those pawns can block out the bishop, and we can see here this bishop, it couldn't get past these pawns, so they just work as a barrier there. And well, later on, the problem with my opponent's position is I think he's just probably lost after this move, because this knight is so well placed there. I'm a pawn up, my king is running to the center, and I have this hold on his structure, and he can't break free at all in this situation. And this is a nice strategy because I stopped the f pawn from moving, so we tie that one down, and now he can't get any air for his pieces. I've got many ways to improve my position. I might as well use my king, try to get my rooks on the open file, and this is just absolute torture for my opponent here. And what you do you get rid of the knight or not? If you don't get rid of the knight, it might be working its way to f3 in this position. I'm checking back to the other board, but if you do get rid of the knight, then I've got this winning pawn here. There's probably many ways to win here, so this is why my opponent got desperate, because what else can he do? He can't really do anything. b4, I just come and pick up the c pawn, and then my king comes in. I've also got rook coming to c2. He has to go rook d1, and then I've got e3. So this move computer says it's excellent. I think it was a good move, even though it's completely losing. And after here, I'm threatening to exchange off with a check, and my rook now just gets into this key square, and it's very simple. So pretty smooth stuff there to put us on to 2 points. 2 points, eh? So let's have a look at any games that are going on. So let's have okay, there's a couple of games going on. Well, that one seems to not be going on much more, and well, there is still hopefully 1 second added on per move, right? I'd imagine this. So I don't know. Does Black know how to win this? Black seems to be what? Oh my words, that is quite embarrassing. To draw this one, oh no, oh god, that's actually quite embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, so we're playing a player from Chile, and obviously very strong, 3,000 rated player, pretty much. Can we find out who it is? Cristobal Henrique. And I don't. Again, what should we play? Let's. Well, I could play the Fred. No, we got Black again. Yeah, there's so many good players in the world now, and I lose track of the names of them. I mean, this guy's obviously incredibly strong, and it feels a little bit insulting that I haven't heard of him. But yeah, there's just so many good players nowadays. It really is just the way it is. And well, you know, it wouldn't be a game of chess without the H pawn flying. So we're gonna use that one. And the reason he's put his knight here, so it feels quite natural to try to open up the Harry file towards it, right? Get this one going. So let's keep going. Why not? Don't know if my knight comes in here. Maybe my bishop comes in here. If my bishop comes, okay, so stop my knight coming in. Now this can come in, but then the knight goes there. Then h3. Then he takes. Looks interesting actually. I'm gonna go for this move, and if knight f2, I'm gonna play h3. And if he moves his bishop back, I'm coming in, and if he takes, I'm gonna take rook g1, f5. So I'm gonna dive in. You know, there's no point being a pussy, is there? And just a really fucked up position here. What do we do? It feels like I need to keep coming. I'd love to get a knight there, wouldn't I? Jesus, that'd be. So do we play f5 or d5? D5 takes here. I'm gonna sack a pawn because it just feels natural to open this up. Yeah, of course he can take here, but I haven't actually worked out a follow-up, which is maybe a little bit stupid, but it just felt like the right thing to do. And obviously could be wrong. So maybe I am just completely wrong doing that. I mean, now I'm thinking, okay, castling, he's going to castle as well. So how do I justify this? Maybe a rather stupid idea that I did. Okay, let's take, because if he takes with the pawn, at least to stop him castling. So he's going to take here. And this is a really messy position now. So here, now if he castles, correct? And do I have any compensation? Yeah, if he doesn't castle, then I've got this pawn as attack. But if he castles, what the hell is going on there? This move, he comes here. Maybe he can come there anyway. I'm not really believing my sacrifice here. Why is he not castling now? Am I missing something? If he castles, do I have to take this one? Then queen takes and like f5, and don't really believe that because his queen comes in here. My light squares are a bit weak. But I'm worried after castling that his knight's going to come here. Maybe he can go there now. He's obviously thinking about this move now, right? And I'm just trying to work out what I'm actually going to do next here, because I don't know. Maybe I'll just take on f4. Maybe I'm just going to take on f4. Okay, so maybe I'm just taking here and trying to be a bit greedy, but then my king is under fire. So am I really going to do this and go greedy and take both pawns? Yeah, okay, well, I think we got to do it, right? And like I say, my king, I don't really like doing this kind of thing because I really respect king's safety. But hey ho. Now here, got to be so careful here. I don't like defending. I was worried about this one. Obviously, if I get my queen back, if I can consolidate. He's playing very slowly. I would have thought his position would have a little bit more urgency. Because that's a pawn, isn't it? That is a pawn. Okay, I've allowed this, which is bloody stupid. Why did I do that? I knew that wasn't a good idea. I'm going to lose some material here, aren't I? Fuck it. Okay, well, still quite murky, I feel. Because, is it murky? This pawn is so strong, but f5 was a really crappy move to play. Because I've just allowed that knight to come flying into the position. And I've got this knight e3. I've got my h-pawn. I've always got my h-pawn. And it's, I don't really believe this position, but you know, we've got to keep trying. Do I even go for the ending? Oh, I don't know. My time's getting a bit low. I don't know. This doesn't feel right. Yeah, it was this f5 move that fucked me. And king is very weak. This pawn is weak. Okay, I'm just gonna have to like try something. Oh, can I do that? Okay, let's go for it. Time is ticking down. I didn't actually want to do that, did I? No. And of course, with 2 pawns down here, so we need a bit of a miracle to rectify this. My last trick was that check. Had he fallen into it? Well, I suppose there's one more trick, but I think he's got b3. Oh, maybe this is not so clear now at all. Check, and now he's king. His bishop doesn't have any good squares, you see. So it wasn't my last trick. There's always another trick, and it's opposite colour bishops. So certainly some drawing chances here. You just have to sit and wait, I think. Is this a fortress? Could be a long game, huh? The colour bishops are notoriously hard to win, so he has to do something, but I'm pretty sure he can. Okay, well, it was a bit of a save there, wasn't it? That was in the end. I mean, you know, I had that. I was quite lucky to get into that ending, which was actually quite an easy draw because we just hold the fort there. And I think I'm probably doing well at some point. That was an interesting game. He's obviously going to be kicking himself. Let's just have a little look at the game review. We'll see if we can keep our. I don't think the accuracy is going to be as high. So I thought I was doing really well there, but as the computer says, I was actually in trouble for a hell of a lot of the time, right? Only in the opening around here was I actually doing all right. Bishop f3. And d5 seems like a good move, but so I had the right instinct, but what should I do then? What should I have played here? Analysis. Let's put it on analysis. That's much better. So queen a5 would have been much more logical, trying to keep the initiative going a little bit. So maybe my pawn stack line was not completely mental. But look at all these red moves. So it's a very complicated position, but the computer's right that f5 was a mistake. And had I put the knight on f5, that makes so much more sense. This is a disgusting move, and after this I'm really getting fucked, aren't I? Seriously, yeah. And then at the end, well, I was very lucky. The ending should be completely losing for me, obviously. I'm 2 pawns down. But there's always this hope that I can get the opposite colour bishop. And my opponent's big mistake was, swapping off the rooks. Because, surprisingly, bishop e7 was a good move. Bishop e7, that just keeps the 2 pawns. Because as soon as he swaps this off, I think it's just a draw, in actual fact. Even though he's 2 pawns up, he can never do anything with his pawns. Because if you ever go there, I'm covering that square. So I'm always going to capture there. And this pawn is not dangerous because I can always blockade it on this square. So there's no way he can make progress in this position. So that is quite a fortunate draw there, in actual fact. Interesting opening though. And if we're never going to get out again, are we? It all seemed like it was doing all right. Maybe d5 is not the way to play here. I mean, so this position looked better. Maybe I should just play something sensible. Like f5 was my first thought. And if queen d2, maybe I can go knight d4 there. Plonk in that one into the position. Queen b6 kind of makes a bit of sense. I never think of that move. It looks quite illogical to me. We're in with another game. Oh shit, I've spent a lot of time. You can't spend a lot of time against Gatakamsky as well. And another legend of the game, Gatakamsky, who is streaming and who is a very strong player. So we're going to try this little variation of f3, which can have some bite to it if black is not careful. I expect he'll go e6. He's a very solid player, is Gata. He doesn't want to go into a dangerous variation, which he might not know. And I mean, I have actually prepared a DVD on this when I can bring myself around to filming it. And this is where I can't remember. This move, now bishop d6 is a good move. Here. And I can't remember the rest of the theory after bishop d6. Do we check? Quite an interesting position. Now this is really not so clear, because if he takes, I've got e5. So bishop d6 now makes a lot of sense. I guess I can bring this one in. Is there any other good moves here? So check here takes. Bishop f4. Bishop here castles, and we go into this ending. His dark square bishop's very good in that position. So do I check and get rid of the light squares? Maybe we do this and just keep it a bit more sensible. Exchange this one off. This is a bit like wet. His bishop's coming in here. I'll have to check this line. Not entirely sure what should have played there. Because this is a really good square for the bishop. And now bishop here, and I put my rook behind. Okay, this bishop f4 is what I want to play though. But then takes. Okay, we're going to go here. Feels a bit funny. And put the rook behind. And I want to get rid of this dark square bishop like this, but which he's allowed me to do. I'm a little bit surprised that he's gone for this. I mean, again, he's like I say, I think it. Where was Kamsky? It was like world number something high, wasn't it? At some point, got to get rid of that queen. And his understanding is like phenomenal, right? Much better than mine. What is this position like? What is this position like? Do I play d6? Looks a bit funny. Or do we just... His endings are so good as well. I mean, like, oh my god, he's made a career out of endings, yeah? So, probably just a fairly even position. I imagine I missed some chances for an edge later on. Have a look at this. I'm interested to analyse this one afterwards because his bishop d6 move was the key time. Now he's trying to come in here, which makes some sense, right? Now, do we come here and capture that one? A lovely square for his knight. Come here, a6. Can't see a follow-up. If I bring my rook to the 7th... Oh, okay, we'll bring the rook to the 7th. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the simple moves. Ah, shit. And we have this ending now. I say shit because his knight is like so nice, right? And this pawn, I don't know. I mean, how do you assess this ending? Probably even, but I have to be careful. Now, first of all, I've got to stop this check. And next thing, let's get the king to a central square. And then I always have a check here. If he I mean, I'm wondering is my pawn strong or is it weak? And I honestly don't know. Exchanging knights, I even don't know how that would pan out. Feels like it might be a bit wrong. And I'm gonna try and take some squares away for his knight. So g4, and he naturally aims for exchanges. And now I might as well use my king as actively as I possibly can. Do we play this one? It's a hard position to know what the right strategy is here. I mean, again, it looks like at this moment I'm holding the balance okay. And against someone like Gatter, I'm kind of like quite happy to draw. Don't know why he gave me so much respect there. It seems very, very strange to give me so much respect. You might as well play on and try to beat me, as he's a much better player than me. But yeah, of course, it's my king is active enough here, and I'm not in any danger. So let's just have a look at. That was interesting. Game review probably be all right, won't it? Like 90% there, something along those lines. 98 plus 98. Wow, look at that. Jesus Christ! Why are they so high? The accuracies. That's surprising, to say the least. But so I had this. It's funny that F3's given dubious move. I had this game which was probably it's on my YouTube channel. Probably one of the best games I ever played in the one tournament I played this year in Reykjavik, where I played this move, and I was able to sacrifice lots of pieces. And the one thing I do remember is that taking on d5 now is really, really risky. Taking on d5, maybe losing, because e5 is very strong, followed by bishop check and rook f1. This is the one very tricky line where black can be in a lot of pain. Now I'm just going to get rid of some shit there. Hang on a minute, sorry about that. Did I just... Oh, I thought... Okay, sorry, where were we? Analysis. Not very good at clicking, am I? Bishop d6. And what should I play? Maybe it's just an even position, this. Well, bishop g5. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to castle. I don't think this was that bad, was it? And the reason I didn't go here is because I thought he might take and win a pawn. The computer doesn't think that's possible, so I wanted to first defend this guy, but and now I was kind of happy because, well, I mean, it is even, and I've got this pawn. I don't know if it's weak or strong, but it looks all right. And I've just got to play sensible moves, so lots of things getting exchanged here, and my king is too active, I feel. More pawns get exchanged. My king is really good here. And in this position, the computer thinks maybe knight e4 was playable. Actually, knight a4, that's interesting. But that would force his knight to go back. And then my knight might be able to reroute to c4. That's an interesting idea, because I can support this pawn. I might be able to have a little advantage there in that ending. But this was trying to aim for simplifications, because I thought he wants to play g5 and I can just get some more pawns off the board, and then I can you know, at some point I thought at least in this one I should better draw with some normal moves there, you know, not anything too scary. But maybe you should play g5. I guess I can try to win with h5, but I don't believe it. And I played a4, just a very good strategy when you're playing against a knight, is to try to restrict that knight with your pawn. So try and take away as many squares as you can, and that just restricts that knight a little bit more. So if I move my knight, he has one less square he can move to, and I mean, I don't know how he can play for a win here, so I think it makes a lot of sense, because his king can never really get active because my d pawn is too strong. If he swaps off more pawns, well, okay, more pawns come off, so what? Not going to help him. So yeah, so a draw probably pretty fair around here, right, at this moment. Okay, so let's have a look. Are there any games going on? I don't think so. Oh, there is. Let's have a look at bishop and rook here against bishop. Oh, that's quite easy. That is quite easy. I thought it was bishop and rook versus rook, which is actually a draw, but really hard to defend. And well, White's not doing it, making this easy. You should be able to win this quite easily by just forcing your opponent's king backwards. So he has done that now. He's going to force it back, but he moved his king to the wrong square. And he's making a bit of a meal of this one. Amazing, because this is completely lost. And White's not making any progress. Black defending well, to his credit, but it is like an extra, you know, rook. And the king now coming in, and the evaluation bar. The evaluation bar only gives it like a little advantage to White. I don't understand this at all. And White now pushing that black king to the side. And that's what you got to do. Suffocate it. The king can now come in, and the rest is very easy. Rook attack the bishop. Okay, this is also nice because we have some check. And what's the worst place for your opponent's king? In the corner of the board. And how does he win this, though? I think put the king here is the right way. Or this is quite nice. Bishop b7 and rook a8. That's a nice finish as well. And there we go. Fair enough. So standings. I expect it's the same old people on 4 out of 4. Yeah, there you go. Hikaru. Wonderful time. Firouzja, Caruana, Naroditsky, Kuzhapov. All just fucking good players, aren't they? Basically. Aronian. And what have I had? I've had 2 draws, so we can go down, have a little look. So I drew with this geezer, who I've never heard of, but clearly a bloody good player. That lucky draw. and we are on the 3-point mark. So there you go. So we're doing all right. So what did I say I was going to get? I was looking for 10 out of 11, wasn't I? So we're on course now. We just need to win all the rest of the games, and we're there. Happy days. Happy days. Happy days. But some interesting games going on. Be nice to get a Dutch opening. I haven't had a Dutch yet. And what do we have? So we had a French defence. That was quite interesting. We want a Dutch, and I'd quite like. Should I switch it up to E4? Get some gambits in, maybe. Nothing wrong with gambit. As you probably know by now, there's a little break after round 4 because they check for any cheating with the detection system. So that's what they're probably running now. And there's still a load of games, isn't there? Too many games. 6 games left. So, but it's nice just to play at a decent standard again. So, yeah. So let's get into the next one. I could do with a beer, to be honest, or like vodka at the moment, but this is certainly not as fun. Fizzy water, but I'm trying to be a bit more healthy in the week. It makes sense. Hangovers, can't do them anymore. I find them very tricky to deal with. Old age. And yeah, come on. Let's get into the next game. Yeah, I've been messing about with some ideas on. I've just had a bit of time in my hands. Probably will have a lot more on my hands going forwards. And yeah, some of this AI technology is just like phenomenal. So I've been trying to think of. I just want to keep the brain going basically, and I've been thinking of some AI ideas, which I'm going to try to get up on YouTube, more for like my entertainment, fun, and anything else. So yeah, there's some quite funky shit you can do now, isn't it? It's amazing. I mean, I imagine in a couple of years anyway, AI is just going to be. You can probably just put a prompt in, like make a YouTube video of, I don't know, Magnus Carlsen's 10 best games with analysis, and it will just recreate me commentating. It can do anything. It's going to be so powerful. But can you train it to be like flawed? Yeah, of course you can. You can. Yeah, I mean they're just like going to be so strong. And the thing is, that AI is going to train. At some point, it's going to train more AI, isn't it? AI will train more AI, and then AI will just keep training itself until it literally becomes a god. And yeah, and maybe we're in the Matrix anyway. That's what I think. Life's so fucked up. It's very possible we're in the Matrix. We're in a game, computer game, and I've realised that I'm certainly not on easy level. I'm on very hard level. Like, you know, it's not, you know, when you set your level when you're playing, like, I don't know, I was going to say Doom, that shows my age. You can have it on super hard level. That feels like I've gone for the hard level, and if I play this game again, we're going to move it down to easy level. But what's life without a challenge or 5? Okay, so right, come on. Must be some more games getting ready now. And Hikaru, yeah, he's won all his games, hasn't he? How do you stop this guy? He's so quick, he's so fast. And who else do we have? I mean, just everyone plays now Title Tuesday. It's incredible. Incredibly strong. So many strong Grandmasters nowadays as well. It's ridiculous. And like I say, I don't know a lot of the Grandmasters now in the world because I don't really follow many chess events anymore. I sort of stay off social media. I find it rotting my brain, and there's a lot of bollocks out there as well. So I try to stay away. So yeah, I mean, I'm just having a look at the names, just seeing if Gawain's playing from England. Is Gawain there? Can we see him? Anyway, okay. Well, we got a pretty good player here. Bortnik. Okay, let's. I think he plays Yalakai, no? Does he? What happened there? Okay. This guy's too good for me. Okay, so I'm going to play this line, which is not maybe the most challenging, but it's very interesting. And I can't remember any more than this. This was in my surprise chessboard course, and it just makes the position a little bit more weirder. Now I'm assuming d6 now, and what is the point of what I'm doing? I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I've got to look at this again. What are you supposed to do against this move, which is the obvious move, right? Now, do we take here? Or, okay, let's develop a piece. And I've got to move a little bit quicker here. This is snail-paced chess at the moment. And it seems like a pretty standard position. Let's just not go there, because I'll fall in for knight takes there. And we're trying to pick up a couple of bishops. Now, one thing you don't want to do against Bortnik, he's just like a brilliant player. Well, there's a couple of things you don't want to do. One of those is get short of time, because he's too damn quick. Do we grab that bishop? Let's grab the bishop and try. His knights are very good though. His knights are very good. Okay, let's keep it really simple. Exchange off. Give him the option of what he's going to take with. Yeah, I've got no advantage here. I've totally forgot what I'm supposed to do after knight b4, which seems like such a normal move to play. I'm not playing with much ambition here. But sensible moves. You can't really go wrong with sensible moves, can you? Now, what do we do now is the question. And I don't know the answer. Here looks like bollocks. Here I want to get castled here. Queen f3, play a bad ending. Yeah, I don't like my position all of a sudden. What am I doing here? I don't really know what I am doing in this position. d3. Okay, I'll play d3, but I need to get my king castled. How are we going to do that? And he's gaining some very useful space here as well. Can't really castle queenside because this is always too strong. I might have to go queen f3 and play what looks like a pretty ugly position. But I do have two bishops, and Bortnik is trying to punish me, understandably, for my crappy play so far. Okay. Yeah, so we go here, and I've got to be brave, but I'm not liking this after some simple move like this. Not liking it. Way too greedy. This has gone horribly wrong. Didn't get a good opening in this game at all. Just slightly worse. It felt like I had to grab something, otherwise I'm just going to be a lot worse. And now he's got many tempting options here. I mean, d2 check is the move I was most scared about, because he's got queen coming in here. If I castle queenside, I want to castle queenside, right? And he's got this one. And I'm just trying to hold on now. I mean, at least I got the extra pawn now. If I can get my queen back, where does my king ever go in this kind of position? I don't know where my king ever goes there. So we're going to try to come back and defend. At least I grabbed the pawn. At least I got 2 bishops. One thing I realized recently: take anything positive that you can. Now this, I need to get my queen back, but where? Is he gonna grab this? Bishop e2. Okay. He's got this as well. I can't castle because I'm gonna get. Well, it doesn't look fun, but he's got this as well now, is he? Yeah, this is stinky as hell, right? And now this one to finish me. Oh, I think he's enjoying himself a little bit too much here. And do I have any? Oh, he's got shit. That's a fucker. Yeah, that's the end of that, right? I got absolutely destroyed there, but that was a horrible opening. Let's double check. So this is a line I recommended, which is perfectly fine if you know what you're doing. But let's see. Now after knight b4, queen d1 is correct, and here I just forgot what I'm supposed to do. So here d6. Now a3. We just got to play this position, right? Take, play d4, get some bits into the center of the board. The way I played it, I mean, this is not a bad move, don't get me wrong. And this is probably okay, trying to get 2 bishops, but certainly no advantage here. But then now I started to play like well, not now, but why take this one? This is just a bad move. I don't like it. I need to get castled here. Just to make sure. I don't think there'd be any games going there. That was a disaster. And I need to take the center, even if it's bad. I need to go here, but this is too passive. And why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. I mean, but it's just, look at this. It doesn't seem right. So this is already starting to get very difficult. And only now that I realise how difficult it is, because my space advantage is bad. And this e4 is a very good move. I mean, maybe my position not as bad as I thought here, but it's just uncomfortable to play. And it didn't really let his foot off the pace. And d2 was a brilliant move. Keeping my king stuck in the centre, that was a very strong move here. And after this, well, I don't think there's any escape here. I mean, he's got everything developed. Look at my king. And he finished me off very well. Knight e5, great move. And he played it. He played it good. So what do I do in d6 here? If I get this again, well, maybe just keep it simple. Let's just take that one. I'm assuming bishop takes, and now I'll play d4 and just play this very sensible position where I can try to bring it in. e5. I'll have to look at my chessboard course because yeah, doesn't look convincing. If e5 works, then he's freeing his position. So what do I do against these logical moves? Yeah, I don't know. a3 first, then after here, at least there's knights, and that. Yeah, this makes more sense because at least now his knights are sharing squares. But I still need to work out what to do here. d4. Can he not take on d4? What am I missing? Oh no, I can actually just take it. What the hell? I thought he has. Yeah, alright. At least if he ever plays e5, I could go d5. And this is just a position, right? So this is what I needed to do. Because obviously what happened in the game was painfully painfully painful. He literally bent me over, took my pants down, and spanked my bottom. That's just weird. Why did I say that? Yeah, I got in trouble there. So yeah, this is what you got to play if you play this line. But okay, he finished off the game very nicely, so well done. And he is a good player. You may not okay, we're playing another game. Good. Let's get in to another game, and hopefully we can get a Dutch in now. So let's see. Yeah, but are we gonna get a Dutch, or is he gonna? Yes. All I wanted was one Dutch today. This is a very interesting line. Where this is the most critical move. I've never played this in a game, but it gets very interesting if he goes for this kind of stuff. Now Tony Miles had this position as black. Bishop e6 winning the queen. This is a pawn. I've sacked a pawn. And you get this wild position where I get quite a lot of development from my pawn, and I've got this roaming rook. I remember Tony Miles playing this as black, and I thought, yeah, that looks sexy. That looks sexy line. Now, I'd love to go here and castle, but obviously he's going to come in. So what do we do? This rook is just a wild position. F4. I don't know. What do we do here? Do we push Ari? Then castle. I want to castle. I really do. What about this one with a little check? Like it. I love cheapos. I don't even know if that's a good check, but well, it is a good check because I'm threatening to check and take on f2. And also now maybe this is a bit more possible because if he takes there, okay, it's not possible. But maybe bishop. Okay, so he's gone here. Now this one, surely, which I wanted to play anyway, with this check coming. Legality again. Is that a word? Legality. Check. King moves. Well, let's do it. Let's flick it in. You don't get many options to play this check, so it feels like I should play it, whether it's good or bad. What the fuck is happening here? C5. This is like cool stuff. I think I'm just going to come back with tempo, because if he takes my knight, I'm going to have some stuff happening, right? Okay, so he wants to give me a little shack. I'd love to get this bishop here. So how do we arrange that? Do we come here? Try to get this in. If I could just keep the pressure up, then it should be alright, shouldn't it? So bishop f5 is on the agenda. And get castled. Why not? Why not? So let's do it. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to think twice about that. And he's going a long way back now. Okay, let's castle now. Just play normal moves. Normal moves that blunder. Because this pawn is dropping. It's a bit stupid, isn't it? Oh no, he can't take it, can he? He can't take it because I worked it all out. I had bishop fc2. I saw that. I saw it a mile away. Never in doubt. Always an option. So he can't take my pawn because bishop c2. Now I think basically I've only given up one pawn for this position, which seems like a very decent investment. And now I'm going to try and play c5 when his bishop will be embarrassed. And my knight looks very good there. If he takes there, I've still got knight takes f2, bishop takes f2, and so. Now I played c5 much too quickly because I've allowed this one. Imbecilic. Another word I've just made up. That was really stupid of me. Why did I do that? Why, Simon? Why? Now, can we play here? What is happening? If knight takes g4, then Well, fuck knows. Fuck knows, Freddy. Well, there's only so many pieces he can take, isn't there? What is happening, man? I'm getting a headache. Bishop e4. Knight e6. Knight e6. Let's do that. That makes some sense. It's too much, this game. Queen f3, yeah. Draw. Takes. Okay, let's just take that one. Why are we thinking? Keep the game rolling. Both pretty short time, but me especially. Now, okay, got to move quick. Bishop looks okay on this diagonal. And if he takes, I'll come in. My king's a little bit exposed, so good move from my opponent, I feel. Let's get the king. Oh, fuck. I just literally fucking blundered a queen there. You muppet. Okay, that was just, yeah, complete madness. But anyway, that was stupid. I got good promising position there, and I feel. And that is enough for me. A nice little introduction back into the Title Tuesday arena. But that's enough chess. We did half the tournament. That's all right. I'm gonna leave it at that. Half the tournament. We'll put the video out there because we had some interesting games. But I'll tell you what, 11 games of chess is too much for me nowadays. Like 6 games is all right, and that last game was revolting. Now, in this position, okay, the computer thinks it's just a little bit better for me with some knight f4. Just want to see if I had any big win there, because this is certainly a good position for me. c5 I played too quickly. Obviously, yeah, g5. Stop those crazy calculations. And this was just one hell of a weird position. And I think I played it right, but I just forgot my queen was on pre. That was just stupid. Alright, so a little introduction back into the world of Title Tuesday and some YouTube videos. Thank you for watching. And to keep me sane, I'll probably play a little bit more, but I'm not going to put myself through any more torture after that loss. And yeah, some fun games. 6 out of 11, that's pretty good for me, I feel. And yeah, I hope you're all doing alright as well. So cheers, and we'll call it a day now.